Hey everyone, this time I'm going to share with you about my extractions when I had to get braces. I had to get extractions. I actually had to get two additional extractions. I already had two teeth taken out from the top. They were taken out when I was about 12, 13 years old, and the doctor just at that moment, when I was 13 probably, uh, thought that it was the best solution for my teeth because they were crowding up top. So they said we have to get rid of these two teeth, and my parents agreed, and I had no word about that. And so now, the week when I got my braces on, I actually had to get two additional extractions, which are the bottom ones, and I'll show you a close-up of that right now. So these are the two last extractions that I got before I got my braces, and as you can tell, there's one on each side, and I've seen some movement since it's been now 3 months since I've gotten the extractions. So a little bit of why I had to get my teeth, or why I chose to have the extractions during the week when I got my braces, was because I just thought it would be best for me. I actually asked my orthodontist to see if that was the best thing, and he agreed that I could get them done the same week. So on Tuesday, I went to get the top braces on, and they actually put all the brackets on all my teeth, but they only put the wire at the top with the top teeth. The bottom one did not have a wire because I was gonna get the extractions the following day. So to be honest, the first week that I had braces on, it was good because I didn't go through the suffering all at once. It was more like part one and part two. So the first day, yes, it was a little bit not painful, it was sore. I did not feel pain, to be honest. I did not take any Tylenol or any pain medicine or anything related to pain just because I did not feel it. It was more pressure. They do advise you to take some Tylenol in case, or Advil, whatever you are comfortable taking, in case you have any sort of pressure, headaches, and all the things that come with having braces, especially the first few months. I tried to not do that. I tried to just go along and just suffer through for a little bit at least. I was like, I know that it might be a little bit in the beginning, but eventually I'm sure I'm gonna get used to this. So that was how the first day went. The following day, I had to get my extractions, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit scared, and because I wasn't sure what to expect, even though I already had extractions done previously when I was younger. It was different this time around because I thought once I got my wisdom teeth out, I thought that was the last time I would ever get teeth pulled out of my mouth. But no, they had a second time or third time that I had to take some teeth out. So finally, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to the doctor. My dentist did that, so I went to my dentist, and your orthodontics is gonna send some paperwork to your dentist to let him know, if it's not the same person, of course, to let them know which teeth they're taking out or which tooth they had to take out. In my case, there were two. So once I got there, I was a little bit more relaxed. They put stuff in my mouth so that I would feel numbness and I wouldn't really feel much except for pressure, just like when they're taking out your wisdom teeth. Very similar to that experience. So it was actually, I was very surprised because it took probably around 10 minutes or less for him to take both teeth out. He was super gentle. He was incredible. I was so impressed by how he did it. I think out of everything in the process that I was worried about, I think the extraction was the biggest part, but thankfully it went well. And so after that, so it took about 10 minutes, get you clean up and everything, and then you're out of there. They sent some prescriptions to your pharmacy, and so I had to go get that. And of course, you're gonna have a lot of bleeding going on. It should stop, I think, within the first 2 hours. I'm not a doctor, by the way. So I'm just telling you based on my experience what happened and how it went. And of course, it might be different for you or it might be similar. But in my experience, I had bleeding a little bit, but it should stop, I would say, within the day. Of course, whenever you go back home, try to rest as much as you can. Try to, drink water, and if you can, drink as many, like liquids alone. So, oh, the other thing that I forgot to mention, the day that I got my braces, my top braces on, or the wire on, they did tell me to try to eat immediately after, just so that your mouth can get used to it and doesn't get as sore. I'm not sure why. She just said the movement helps. So I ate, I believe, a little bit after I got my braces on, just so that my mouth would start getting used to this. And I can tell you for sure, yes, it's gonna take a little bit for your mouth, for your lips, especially to get used to having the brackets, because your mouth wants to close. Well, mine wanted to close, but because of my teeth right here right here, this tooth were like really sticking out, plastic brackets, I had to my lip had to go around that to close my mouth. So I wore wax for, I would say, around a month, if not a little bit more, like a month and a week, while those teeth were being pushed back by the wire. So thankfully that was solved within a month, because I did not want to keep using wax anymore. So going back again to when I got my extraction, so that day I believe I only took one of the prescriptions the dentist gave me for pain, and that was the only thing I took, because I did not want to get used to pain medicine. And that was it. Like, after that night I went to bed and slept. I believe I slept well. So the next day I had to go back and get my bottom wire on. I believe it was the next day. If it wasn't the next day, it was the next day. Now that I remember, it was the next day that I had to go follow immediately and go get my bottom wire. And that did not take very long, like max 10 minutes. She just had to go around that. And so that day was like my first full day with braces on, top and bottom. And let me tell you that it was a lot of getting used to. Like I said in my previous video, I told you how your mouth starts salivating, creating more saliva than normal, because all the equipment that you have in your mouth is not used to it, so it starts creating more saliva, trying to for your mouth to get used to that. But I remember I would think oh my gosh, when am I gonna get used to having braces? And at this point, I can tell you it's been 3 months, and I've gotten, pretty much adjusted to the change. But there's of course those days that you're oh, I don't know, I want to take them all. It's the first week, I would say for sure, is the most frustrating one, where you're gonna want to take them off, where you're gonna you're gonna go through so many things, and you start thinking more about your braces and what's in your mouth than anything else. And maybe you're not gonna want to leave the house. And I thought about it for a while. That week, thankfully the week that I got my braces on, I was off the whole week, so I would actually stay home and do things here and there. But I remember there were a couple of days where at night especially, I did not want to talk anymore, because I felt like it was so much effort just to talk. But I had to get used to it. So eventually it was just becoming more normal to talk, to do things, and to eat. So that was the other big part, because I had just gotten extractions and I had just gotten my braces on. So eating was, can I tell you about that? Oh my gosh, it was a very serious diet for the first month, because you also have to be very careful brushing your teeth and doing all the regular routine with cleaning in your mouth that you always have to do no matter what. I remember I drank every type of soup for the first week. I drank tomato soup, chicken soup. I had all was soup. I did not have any ice cream. I think I had a smoothie one day, and then liquids, water mostly. I actually did not. I was not. I would think I was still drinking coffee, but like I said, I don't drink as much coffee as I used to drink. I don't even put sugar in my coffee, so that just because I'm used to it now. So that's the other thing. But yes, so my diet was very restricted for the first couple weeks. And then brushing, I would brush every time I could, every snack. I actually did not snack for like 3 weeks. Right now I'm going back a little bit more to snacking, but it's not as much as before braces. It's more like if I'm hungry enough to do it, then I'll snack. But otherwise, I'll just stay completely away from it because I don't want to brush and I don't want to do all these things that you have to do once you get any sort of food in your mouth. So that's how my extraction experience went. I think based on what I was already predicting before I got the extraction, it went better than I had expected for sure. I was super delicate with the area where my extraction was, just because you have to be very careful of things and not get a socket for sure. You don't want that to happen in your mouth because I've heard those things are painful. I remember when I had my wisdom teeth pulled out, which was like probably 4 or 5 years ago or more. I was the same way, and they advise you not to drink out of straws. So many things they tell you not to do because of the same thing. They want you to be careful with all these things, and especially be cleaning up the area, this side. Well, not brushing over that, but just be careful that it doesn't bleed or anything after that. So what else can I tell you about the extractions? Well, I think overall, I would say go and look out for a dentist or an orthodontist that you're comfortable with. And in my experience, I had to go to 3 people to get different consultations because extractions, I did not want extractions. I was like, I don't want more extractions. I actually had one of the people that I had a consultation with, they told me they were going to take out the teeth that I actually have right now, which I'm thankful I didn't go with them, because that kind of freaked me out, because it would have been a huge gaps like right in the front of my mouth. I'm so grateful that I decided to look for another opinion as well. So I did find one of the orthodontists that I consulted with about extractions. Like I told him my concerns about getting any extractions, and he did mention that he tries when somebody comes to them and there's always somebody is gonna say extractions is the best option right now. He says that he tries his best to not extract any teeth. In my case, he could not do that because I already had 2 teeth extracted, which makes sense. And so I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll have to get 2 more teeth taken out. So I didn't go with him either, though. I went with another orthodontist that I felt very comfortable with. And although he said I did have to get extractions, I felt that it was the best option in my case. So everyone that I've talked to, my friends that are going to go through the process or that are going through the process, I always tell them, like, be careful, like consult with as many people as you can. A lot of times those consultations are free, other times they're not, but try to consult with as many people as you can, just to hear different opinions and see what's out there, because price range, it can also vary. Thankfully, my extractions were half covered by my insurance, so that's the only time that I used my insurance. I could not use my insurance for my braces, but it's an investment. Think about it as an investment, and think about it the future benefits you'll have, and perhaps you might never have to use or wear braces ever again in your life. Hopefully, if you do everything accordingly, I'm hoping that will happen to me. So have anything else to add to that, but if you have any questions, let me know. I'm thinking about making an FAQ video, just answering the most commonly asked questions and based on my opinion alone, how it went, what happened, and what, what my experience was like in that aspect. I know there's a lot of people out there that are about to start this journey, and I am so glad that you guys decided to start the journey, because I can tell you for sure at the beginning, before I started it, I was a little bit skeptical. I wasn't sure. I wasn't very sure about doing it. I thought about doing it a year ago, but decided not to go for it. And so a year later, I decided to start it. And I can tell you for sure, I'm already seeing great results. I'm already seeing the change in just 3 months alone of how many things have happened in like the way my teeth have moved. It's incredible. I'm so glad, and that makes me think that this all is gonna pay off very well. So I'm excited to see the outcome of this. And so, like I said, if you have any questions, any doubts, or if you're about to start a journey and want to know more, let me know and I'll be glad to answer any questions that you might have. So until next time, hopefully I'll make another video of my 4 months update of the progress that I've made. I'm going to an adjustment at the end of this month, so hopefully by then I'll have, I don't know, I have a new something new to share with you. And also maybe that you're going to change my wires, because right now I have a thick wire at the top and a thinner wire at the bottom, but I hope I can share that with you later. And so we'll see you next time.